a two, a one, two, three, four.
I mean, it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. And then
I think there's a
does it say podcast?
She is the queen. No, I just took a picture of myself.
Okay, great. Do we have to stop every 10 minutes for your beauty filter? Just looking at
They don't want us to be happy, they don't want us to love. They don't want us to be happy, they don't want us to live. They don't want us to be. They don't want us to make peace, they don't want us to love. They don't want us to be rich, they don't want us to love. They don't want us to be.
All right. We have survived episode 1 and we have arrived at episode 2. Look at us go. We're doing this thing here with Tuelo. I'm Kevin. Today we're gonna be happier today. That's just how it's gonna be. There's nothing else you can do about it. So when you're listening to this, Happier will have just come out 2 days ago, I think.
But we were doing this in Dublin.
But we were doing this long before. You know, one of the things that I think we also want from this podcast is to help people who are not working in the music industry understand, like, what goes into all of this. It's wild. I mean, we're recording this December 15th. We have to edit it in like 2 days to get it up to platforms 6 weeks ahead of time. So like, the idea that musicians are just kind of like lounging around and randomly making stuff and then just putting it up, like, it doesn't happen.
No.
I mean, at the very least, people have teams and teams of people doing this for them. You know, we're doing this on our own.
We are our team.
We are a team. But, you know, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse, maybe? I don't know. The music industry is a very strange place right now. It's in some great ways and in some not great ways.
And I think it's genre specific.
Yeah.
Dance world, maybe. I really don't know. Like, when I was talking to my sister the other day, she was like, we're having this conversation about this PR that we were trying to work with to put music in South Africa, and it just didn't work out. We were talking about how sometimes these guys, particularly in South Africa, hang out with the musicians, and they are... And she's like, you know, they hang out with them in the studio. Sometimes these guys are out drinking, drugged out all day, or partying all night with them, and they like, I have to pass by the studio and go, hey, 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 hey. And then, you know, and everyone in the room is like, yeah, it's going to be a hit. And the song's just like, hey,
Done.
hey. And then everyone's like, and then it becomes a hit, you know? It's like, it becomes a thing. And she's like, sometimes they don't understand also touring world that in the West, people are touring. People are moving from one place to the other, logistics, to this, to that. You know, it's special that in a small industry like that, you're not even going anywhere far.
Right.
You're getting paid big time to just go over there and go over there and, like, you know. Whereas, like, the touring circuit is a specific thing to live in, like, a bigger music space.
Yeah.
So, she was just like, you know, sometimes people will come in viewing you, depending on where they come from. Just like, oh yeah, man, you must just be having fun. And I'm like, this is not what is happening to me. Like, this is not what is happening to me. You know, like, I would love to be writing every day and, like, musicking every day. But a good amount of it is having to make decisions that are very stressful. Like, that actually make my music world annoying. You know, like, I just don't want to do this. I want to write a song. I want to go and produce music right now, but I can't because I have to make, you know, and the people think it's just like so easy. Like, for the fact that we can have Happier, make it in 2016, right? Have a song ready, and it's everywhere we go. People want to know who we are. So, and then in 2019, it is a song that has evolved to being recorded to, but I might be you know, like I might be lost, but I might be and it now makes sense this way. The amount of times, the amount of touring with it, the amount of doing so much to this song to get it to this point is intense.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's first listen to a little from the album, because I think that's kind of like our home base to start with, and then we can explore kind of where it came from and then where we're at now with it.
Cool. And I'll just be here nursing a sandwich and coffee. You know?
My distant relatives are stressing me out.
It'll always be my favorite version. Wait, this is like the record right now.
How my distant relatives
We produced this.
tracking me down, remembering when we were young. People want to know, people want to know, people want to know are we foreigners? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Hey, I may be lost, but I'll be
Kevin, this song is killing.
I may be lost, but I'll be
And we
I
made
was-
a whole new version of it.
I was listening to Kings of Leon the other day, and then I listened to Happier, and I was like, why did I think we're not there? at that
we're
level.
Totally there.
I was just like, yeah, it's literally time.
It's time.
It's time, right place,
Yeah.
and it's like you're waiting for time. You're waiting for the
that
time to be
right time.
yours. You know?
Well, and also I mean, there's a part of it too where it's like you have to be ready at the right time.
Yes.
Because if you're not in that position and ready, I mean,
I think ready in the sense of what is going on with us now, where it's like we know we can do this.
yes.
What is the sound that will sit in front and make us go, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, and that's what we're coming to right now, and it'll always go here, but it will probably be stripped back. It'll probably be more in your face. It'll probably be more in your heart. It'll probably be more in your veins and bloodstream than it currently sits. But this is the vibe. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a
It's-
vibe. And I mean, the other thing too that has always been a little tricky for us in like the recording studio is there's the live sound vibe, which this album
Is that.
was like partially recorded live and then not recorded live and then kind of recorded live again and then not recorded live again, and all of these different like mishmashes of things. I mean, it was also COVID. We were like, trying to do it all during that period. But then there's like also the super produced studio, like radio in your face vibe. And I mean, the other thing that a lot of people might not know, is like when you think about like the streaming platforms, it's like you have to have very specific like levels of things to be considered for playlists. You have to, if people don't listen to more than like 5 seconds of your song and they skip it, it actually like puts you down in the algorithm. So it's like if you don't create these like very specific things, it won't like work within those systems, and they're changing every single day. It's like the Instagram algorithm where it's like randomly one day they're like, well, you can't like boost this post or do whatever. So making the radio remix was like, okay, we have to find a way to like work the system that exists to get people's attention, to then have them come and like find this other version, which is the real version of, not the real version, but like that version.
Yeah, and I think for this AM/FM record, which is a remix record of a couple of songs, the point was to also work with others.
Right.
I think it's strange. Like this year, of the whole time we've been working together, am I like, oh my gosh, Kevin and I are a production duo. Like anyone can bring us anything and we can produce it.
Yeah.
And it's because of this record. So why I'm so grateful of like The Life of Margaret Cornelius, because we were forced because of COVID to go there, to produce it and struggle all the way with it, Kevin. And struggle all the way with it.
Yeah. I mean,
know,
we fully mixed the album when we were in Colombia, and then just got rid of all of it and started. Not
only did we do that, when the record started, we were going to work with other production. We'd actually even the mixer. I'd already spoken to him to the point where the day that Kevin, when COVID was hitting, and I was like, Kevin, you have to go back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm staying in South Africa because it looks crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like it's something that's going to be
like,
real implications in the world. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd already been emailing with him to send songs, and then he sent me a message going, I'm leaving, going to live with my parents right now.
Yeah.
You know, like I get goosebumps thinking about that, because from that moment on, we were on our own. You know, we were on our own. And not only the year before that had we actually recorded the record, right? We'd recorded it and we were still working. So we were going to send him that. We were then forced to revisit everything. As now producers.
Yeah.
Or even
and
we didn't even know we
engineers.
would be producers in order. Yeah. You know, we didn't even know we were going to be producers on this and this and that. And we went back. We'd already recorded it and went back and re-recorded a good amount of it. And not only that, at some point we were living in this house where we recorded it in a bathroom, vocals, all the vocals in a bathroom with mattresses and things in there. Like, we were trying so many things.
Everything. To
make it a specific way, and we pushed, like, you know, to the end of the tour where we made a decision to go back and fix the mix on this record.
Oh my gosh, I remember that drive. We were driving around listening to it, and all of us were just like, this
Kevin,
isn't it.
Kevin.
This is not it.
Part of how I couldn't live through the tour was knowing how it sounded. And it
was like, are we ever going to get this?
Mm-hmm. It was so sad. And at that point, we made the decision to mix it with people who know how to listen to us. And I think it's a big issue for me because I'm a woman in an industry where every man, even somebody who's starting from scratch anew, thinks what are you saying? And also it's an issue because sometimes I have a problem expressing myself really well. And so particularly when I'm nervous, you know, why I always need Kevin there. And so I come off as not knowing what I'm doing. And so, like, it's always this issue to deal with where people are just like, no, darling, we'll fix it. Don't worry. Don't even think about it. You don't even need to sit here and watch, you know?
Right.
Like, I actually love that.
Yeah,
You're just a singer. I actually love that. Like, I'm a little geeky about that, about, like, production of things.
Yeah. And, like, the technical...
excites me. I love it.
Even like the computer end and plugins and like,
you know,
of course, it's like,
it's fun.
Yeah, and it's fascinating.
It's fascinating, and so like I felt that when we got to the point where we're like, trust ourselves just a little bit to make this go through, it went through, and we started going back and redoing each and every song, fixing the mix.
Yeah.
This is December. Let me walk you through Thanksgiving of 2021. Oh, my dear God. Oh, my dear God. We'd come to a decision. We're going to do this. Got to Colorado, did Thanksgiving, and during that time, Kevin would send me all of this. I went through it. Would send to Kevin every few hours, every few hours. And thank God for Kevin's parents, because they were like, do it. Do whatever, yeah. Do it. And thank God for, Ryan was just like, you guys know, do it. But we went through this whole thing of trying to make the songs ready before I went for the summer in South Africa, and then Kevin would also come through too later.
Right, but not for like a month or two.
Not for a month or two. So we had 10 days to make it right, so I could leave around the 9th of December or something of that sort. And we tried. And I remember when we were driving around, watching Christmas trees to listen to the music. And we knew it wasn't ready, and it was sad. It was grueling. But, the thing is, it wasn't as grueling as not knowing where I was going.
True.
So I knew from then on, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So by the time, we had it some way sorted, we got South Africa, and we, there are people there who can listen, who have a listening ear, who are not judgmental of who I am.
Yeah.
So I was just like, have a look at this. Had it mixed, had it also post-mixed by Doolies. And then, but we were going back and forth, Kevin and I, until probably the 24th of December. Christmas Eve. We were still going at it, because then at that point, I remember you said we need to go back and fix mixes. So before the new year, I was sitting with the mastering guy. Mm-hmm. We'd gone through some of the mixes, and I was sitting with the mastering guy going through it. So it was really grueling, but I'm so proud of it now. I listen to it and I'm like, oh my gosh. The only small things is knowing what the industry wants to hear levels at and things like that.
Yeah, which is a very specific thing.
But oh my gosh. Then from there on, it led us into the space where we're like, oh, we are a production duo. Mm-hmm. We can be hired by anyone, even if we're not our songs, and produce.
And this summer, I think too, when we were in New York, and we were doing the songwriting challenge of writing a song every week, and we would just produce it in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just come over for the afternoon and be okay, let's obviously
took a couple
very
of days.
stretched versions of it, but we can
we can do this.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of this that then this summer was just stamping it in.
Yeah.
Because things were way more easier than I anticipated.
Yeah.
It was just going to be writing songs for TikTok or whatever, and doing a song challenge, but then we were just but then we could fully produce a song.
Yeah.
And it was fairly easy. I also love writing songs, so
So anybody wwho works in sync or
I will write a song a day.
Give us a call, please.
I will write 365 songs a year. That's what I'll do.
Let's get back to Happier. So I have a version of, so it used to be called Everywhere We Go.
It used to be called Everywhere We Go. It was supposed to be
Way back when.
a chant. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. So it's weird because it was Everywhere We Go. It was about my distant relatives, and then talking about them in my American world. Right? Just talking about being a foreigner, how my distant relatives are functioning here, and then also at the same time being asked, who are you? All the time. You know what I mean? People will say, what kind of a name is that? In the US. And I just what kind of a person asks, what kind of a name is that? You know,
American.
An American. And it's just really like, this is crazy. So it literally came from the everywhere we go, from, you know, me being asked all the time, what kind of a name is that? Or what you know, like, people not even knowing where South Africa was, or not just knowing things. And so, yeah, it became that. And then I went to South Africa, and when I got to South Africa, I realized, oh, I'm a foreigner here now.
Right.
And then I wrote, I may be lost, but I'm happier.
Yeah. When you were back in South Africa.
Yeah. That's how, when I met you in Germany, I'd written this. Yeah.
This is from when we were at Mason Jar that one time.
My distant relatives are dragging me down. Remembering when we were young. Now my distant relatives are stressing me out. Remembering when we were
Fun chord ever heard about that?
People want to know. People want to know, are we foreigners? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are, where we're from. Digging down and go, here.
So go means knock knock in South Africa. When people,
right,
people, when they don't knock, they say go. You know they're knocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day, every time I hear that lyric, they're dragging me down. There was a rehearsal we did with Caleb way back in the day, where he was like, "Oh,
We
it's
love
dragon
Caleb.
meat.
Dragon
Oh,
meat.
it's dragging me down." And to this day, I can't not hear it every time that I hear it.
Oh, that's great. Dragon meat down.
Yeah. Then, so I also found this recording when after Germany, when
We had-
changed it.
Do you have the recording where you're on piano and
Yes,
I'm
I think so.
singing it to you for the first time, and
I
we're
don't know if
doing
this is the
Happier?
first time.
It has to be the first time. We are in Berlin. We have a piano in the house.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous place.
Great place.
I couldn't even sing it. It was too fast for me. I think.
Is this it? I think
Yeah.
it might be it. Yeah. Because we were also
Because I had to go
taking-
through all of the.
taking the chords from Canon and D.
Yes.
Because you like had it in your head.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
This could work.
Such a great room to sing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even have to
there's some
sing
great
too much.
recordings in that room.
Yeah.
That was like double height.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Until they told us to stop being loud.
One of the first times to sing Happier.
Okay.
That's why I love piano versions. Like, if we had just a piano version EP,
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. You know?
Totally.
That's super cool too.
The thing is, and we've learned this many times, to do it live, you can't use keyboards.
You
It
can't.
just doesn't work.
No.
Like,
some people can with theirs,
every
not us.
time, some people can do it. It's great.
It's
every
here.
time
It's
I
here.
have to play a keyboard,
Levels.
I'm like, why did I choose this instrument? Like, I hate this instrument. But if I'm on a piano, I'm like there for it.
Yeah. I hear you. It's not for everyone.
Okay, let's listen to some of this remix version.
Sorry,
it's a
keyboard
very-
people. I was giving keyboard people shame.
Yeah, no shame.
My distant relatives are stressing me out, remembering when we were young.
I wanted to do it.
How my distant
doing that and you actually fall down.
No, I can't pull that. Kevin always likes disasters. Kevin loves disasters. I wanted to do a.
Maybe lost, but oh.
But you have to like.
I may be lost, but oh. I may be lost, but oh. I may be lost, but oh. We made it out happier,
And you have your bus. Can't just do all of that. It has to be super boss. But simple, you know. We don't go too far.
So go and listen to Happier. Go and listen to the album. Like, follow, subscribe. You know the deal. Next time, we are going to be releasing the remix of Trouble.
Cool.
And we will take a listen to that. So, as the British say, keep calm and carry on.
Oh, did they say that?
Isn't that a thing? Well, or don't do that. Go crazy and make some noise.
Boom.